cells, I asked for a board because I like to show people what, I don't like to just talk. So when I talk to my patients, I always say, we've got a cell there, and in there is the DNA. Out here is a membrane, and it's called the mitochondria. And then we have a water bubble that that cell sits in. That's called the extracellular matrix. Okay. So the ideal cell, this here, is where 95% of chronic disease starts, in the mitochondria. Okay? So if we want a healthy cell, that mitochondria has to be like a wet sponge. So when we press on a wet sponge, it comes back up. Okay. So for most of us, and most people that has those chronic diseases, it is like you've taken that sponge, you squeezed out the water, put it in the sun, and then you stepped onto it. Okay? So now that sponge is flat and hard, and you start to get all those other symptoms, which we give a lot of medical names for, but that's really all that is about to happen. Okay? So you go to the doctor, and you're 32 years old, and your knees are aching, and he says, oh, it's just wear and tear. At 32? Really? You know? But they don't know what else to do. Okay. So we replace the knee, and then we replace the other knee, and then it's the hip, and then it's the other hip, then it's the spine. Let's fuse it, Just put the water back in the spine. Okay. So how do we do that? We do that with fats. But specific fats, not fish and chips on a Friday night. Okay? So what we do with that mitochondria, so typically what I would suggest for my patients is butter, coconut oil. Now I know this is about Asea, but you'll understand Asea better if you understand this. And olive oil. Okay. So those are the main ones that we use to put that water back in the sponge. Now, if you look at degenerative disease, 40 years ago, 1 in 500 people in the Western world, in the developed world, had cancer. Now, every third woman and every second man will be diagnosed with cancer in their life. Now, what have we just come through? We've come through 40 years of fat-free diets. It's the biggest fad that was ever sold to humankind. They've created a sickness industry. It's not. If you walk out of here, you use Asea, you sell that concept to a person, you're in the health industry. The other industry is the sickness industry. Okay. Now, you asked about the FDA before. I will go in there a little bit later. Okay. So this here should look like milky water. Okay. So, but in most people, and if I say most people, I mean 99% of people, this looks like tar. Okay. That's the extracellular matrix. So that is really where Asea comes in, because Asea, this here is that salt water that we talked about. Now, as a naturopath that has been looking at the cellular structure for the last 8 years and treating those degenerative diseases, my biggest job is to clear up this mess and to pump the sponge back up. Because if we can fix this, we can fix the body. Okay? It doesn't matter what it is called. It does not matter, and I'm not talking about, like you talked about chromosomal changes in the body and those kind of, that's a different picture, okay? I'm talking the average Joe blog out there, okay? The ones that we go every week to the doctor for, and every 2 weeks, and every year for a surgery, and every year, okay, those kind of diseases. So this is what I do, okay? Now in reality, what the cell really looks like. So that's just my picture, okay? So when you take your Asea, you think, I'm cleaning out that mess that Monica talked about, and I'm building my wall, I'm building my sponge, okay? That's what you think when you drink your Asea. So the reality of it is, sorry, I talk really fast, and I know I have an accent. You're good. So, but yeah, I have limited time. So in the cell, mitochondria really looks like this, okay? Then, so we'll call that mitochondria. Then we also get little molecules nitrogen species. So I do this here so that you guys can all draw it if you want to. Then we get other little molecules in there, and they are called reactive oxygen species. Okay. So those are the redox molecules. Okay, so I'll just say equal Asea, that you know what we're talking about. Now, reactive nitrogen species. That research was done by Dr. Brown. He won a Nobel Prize in 1989 for discovering reactive nitrogen species. So that's where we will answer your question about the FDA. What he found was that if we look at the reactive nitrogen species, at about age 35, we peak with that. Okay? Then they start to go down. So how we find nitrogen is in our greens and in our reds. Okay? So that's why young people are so excited about green and red smoothies. You know, and I drink it, I'm thinking, really? What's the deal? Okay. But you give it to them, and it's like they go, whoa! Because their cells are so happy to get nitrogen. Okay. But for us, from age 35, that sort of starts to plateau. That starts to go down. Okay. Mitochondria was done by Dr. Nicholson. He was nominated for a Nobel Prize. So, with reactive nitrogen species, Dr. Brown went to the FDA. He said, hey guys, this is so important. If we should put this into a drug, because every person over 40 should take it. Every person over 40 should take it. The FDA said to him, sorry, you can't do that because that's a molecule in the cell. We can't patent it. Okay. Now, my question is, with these lovely pharmaceutical companies that came and offered this money, did they know about this and was going to shelf the information as well? Or did they honestly want to help people and patent it? Because they would have gotten the same answer. They would have bought the information, the FDA would have said, sorry, you can't patent it because it's a molecule in the body. And they would have shelved the information. And we wouldn't be so blessed to sit here today. Okay. So it's a miracle that those people showed all that money away and to put it into Asea for us. Okay. So what Dr. Brown then did with this, by the way, he said, okay, can I license it and put it into a nutraceutical? Now, a nutraceutical is basically a supplement that you can take to affect cellular health. Okay. And I sell that. It's an amazing product. It's an amazing product. So I've known this for quite a few years, worked in this field, and now if we look at redox molecules, if we look at this mess here, what is basically happening is that we lose the ability to detox. That's why we become so sick. Okay, so Ed was just talking about waste management before. This is what he's been talking about. Okay, waste management. Okay, so just like you poo every day, the cell has to poo. The cell has to clean out. I talk about poos a lot. Sorry, I'm a natural guy. So the cell has to clean out every day. But if you keep loading the junk, okay, so literally when you eat, if we take all the emotion out of food, what you do is you're building new cells. And you can't eat McDonald's and think you're going to have apple cells. Okay. If you want apple cells, you better eat apples. Okay. And McDonald's isn't bad because it's fast food. It's bad because it's plastic oils. Okay? So how did we say we put fat into this mitochondria? Is with fat. Okay. But now you eat McDonald's or any of them else. I just take McDonald's. Although I hate them. If I could go like this on the earth, I'll just sweep them all with the earth. So what happens when you eat fast food or drink Coca-Cola or V-drinks or whatever all the rubbish is that you literally put like cling film around the cell.
Oh my gosh.
Nothing can get in and nothing can get out. And then they say, how did I get cancer? Yeah, how did you get cancer? How did I get a heart attack? But they were drinking 5 Vs a day. Okay. So everybody wants to know what is an Asea. But they stop at the stupid dairy and buy V drinks and never think to ask, what is in this drink? You know? How many of you stopped before you picked up a sandwich out there and thought, what is in this? What is it going to happen in here? Okay. Because if we take the emotion out of food, because don't make no mistake, these guys drive on emotion. They drive on your emotion. You deserve a break to not cook your meals. Why? Is that how God made us? Gave us a McDonald's on every corner. You know? No, we eat pure food. We eat clean food. So people say, oh, I don't need a supplement. I get it all out of my nutrients, out of my food. Oh, yeah? Do you know what's in your food? You think you buy an apple from the supermarket? They've got plastic film now around it. You take an apple and you scratch on it. You get plastic off it. They make it shiny like that. Okay. You think you eat an apple. I'm not even talking about the other things. Okay. So basically with this DNA, it's like a sack that contains little threads of DNA. Okay? And everything you ingest, whether it's petrol fumes or Coca-Cola or an apple or a peach or a sandwich, gives the message to this, to divide and multiply. If you eat apples, and I just take apples because I'm in Whole Foods, okay? This will multiply in a natural way. If you take all the other rubbish, which I don't call food, because that's not what God gave us, this goes haywire. And it says, hey guys, she's not going to clean this up, or he's not going to clean this up. Let us divide and multiply. And voila. You'll end up with big surgery and chemical treatment within a few years. Okay. Because from out here to in there takes 5 to 20 years. We don't just get diabetes or Alzheimer's, you know. So at the end of the day, what we put in here, and you can say, oh, I'm only 25. Oh, I'm only 18. Or, oh boy, I'm 80. You know, my 80-year-old patients are healthier than my 18-year-old patients. I have a 22-year-old with advanced Alzheimer's. I have a 21-year-old that has had 3 heart attacks. It's not old people that get sick, because they still eat porridge for breakfast, they sandwich for lunch, they cook their dinner, they don't go to cafes, you know. So anything that you see everybody does, you run away from. Okay, because it's man-made, and it's targeted to the sickness industry. I read a quote this week. One of the CEOs of a pharmaceutical company said, he said, we're not in the health business. We are making profit for our shareholders. Now again, how many of you asked the question, doctor, you're going to give me chemotherapy, what is in there? You know, like Ed said, you know, it comes from, all chemotherapy comes from biological warfare. That's what biological warfare is. Okay, so if you can choose, you can either start eating apples and divide yourselves healthy, or you're going to need biological warfare pretty soon. Okay, we don't have to go wait for Russia or Syria or, you know, to put biological warfare in our lives. We put it every day to our mouths and we choose it. So Asea, what Asea do, so when we look at that, I always say to my patients, that cell or that person, because you're just 75 trillion cells. Now, it was very good how Ed explained that. I always say to my patients, it's a 75 with a lot of zeros behind it. You can't even comprehend how many zeros. But if you take 1 trillion cells, it's equivalent to 350,000 kilometers. Okay, you've got 75 of those. Okay, that's a lot of cells. So if we can look at the cellular structure, like a car, men usually understand that. Then if we look at this here, this is like the fuel that we put into the tank, okay? If we see what drives cellular health is hormones, okay? Whether you're male or female, whether you're 2 or 82, it doesn't matter. No males don't like the hormones drive them, but they do. So the hormones is like the key in the ignition. If you look at Asea, why I'm so excited about it is because Asea is like the spark plugs in the engine. You can have a fuel tank that is full, eat your fats. You can have oil in the engine. That is your things if you take something like omega-3. And you can have somebody sitting behind the steering wheel with a key, but they can do nothing unless those spark plugs ignite the engine. Okay. Asea does that. Asea gets you going. Asea gets everything going. Everything. You know, and it affects every single cellular health. I have a few remedies like the reactive nitrogen species and things like that that affects every single cell in the body. But in my years of practice, and I've been in medicine now just about 30 years, my years of medicine, I have never seen a remedy, except this nitrogen species, that affects every one of that 75 trillion cells. So I just say to my patients, you can either go to the doctor and get a painkiller that is going to kill your pain, or you can take Asea that is going to just about fix everything, because it works on every cell. If you breathe, and then you have cells that is alive. Okay, so they'll affect them. So they talk a lot about antioxidants. So for years, for me, the excitement is when we lose that ability to detox, it's because we lose the ability to redox. You redox first before you detox. Okay. So how do I know that? Because when we does get people with those really severe degenerative diseases that has to get all those severe treatments, they've lost the ability to detox. That's why they get so sick. So we give them lots and lots of antioxidants, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin B, vitamin A, resveratrol, glutathione, all those kind of things. Okay, you might hear all those terms mentioned in Asea presentations and not really understand what it's about. So for years, doctors have said, oh, it doesn't have to take all that supplements because it's not going to fix it. Partly they're right. Okay. But what we were trying to do was we were trying to get the redox molecules to work again, and then opening up the detox pathways. So I do both. You know, most people just go on Dr. Google and go see what they should take for those degenerative diseases and start to take thousands of dollars of supplements, and it's not working. And it's because the detox pathway is blocked. You've got to do both. You've got to clean up this mess and get rid of the plastic around the cell. Otherwise, nothing will go inside. Okay. So when Chiso was telling me about Asea, I was sort of, because I do genetic testing as well, and, you know, looking at the cellular structure, and I asked my suppliers, you know, is there any redox molecules? And they said, no, nobody makes them. I can't keep them stable. I said, man, the science is out there. If the science is out there, some scientists should think about it to make a supplement. And they said no. So in that looking process is where Chiso came, and we were at a dinner, and usually at a dinner I don't really talk much about what I do, simply because I just say I'm in sales. Because the moment you say you're a naturopath, and especially if you treat degenerative diseases, you can stop eating. You can't eat. But because Chiso is a lawyer, I knew she would know the parameters, and her husband's a gynecologist, so I knew she would know the social parameters. But when I said what I did, she said, do you know about Asea? And I said, you mean acai, the berry? She said, no, Asea water. I said, what is that? She said, redox molecules. And I just stared on the table, and I knew that was my answer. So yeah, I pursued Chiso a little bit. But part of what Wendy and them experienced a month ago when I came there, I just said to them, do you guys actually really realize what you have? You think you just have redox molecules, but do you actually realize what it does? Because now if we take those antioxidants to open up their detox pathways, according to research, if we take Asea, or if we take redox molecules, say most redox molecules, we have a 500% increased uptake of those supplements. Now you look at glutathione, the best glutathione out there, if you take it in as a supplement, the half-life of it is about 6 minutes. So, you know, yay. It's got a major degenerative disease, and you pay a lot of money. Glutathione is very expensive. a lot of money for a remedy that is only going to last you for 6 minutes in your body, the effect. Now you take redox molecules, and all of a sudden that 6 minutes improves with 500%. Okay. In fact, if you take redox molecules, you don't even need glutathione. Okay. And by the way, sulforaphane is a far better form of glutathione, but be aware of what you take.
Sorry, but is the redox molecules, are they removing the cling film
Yeah.
around your
Yeah. So people say to me, oh, I started vomiting. I say, yes. I've got diarrhea. Yes. I've got skin rash. Yes. And they say, why are you so happy? I say, it means you're cleaning out. Your cells are actually pooling. Okay. So if you have a detox effect, so now the moment you take Asea, you give the body the ability back that God created us with. Okay. So the moment you start to give it Asea, you give it reactive nitrogen species, you start to eat apples, but now you still got this mess. Okay. But that's that McDonald's mentality again. You see, we want to stop at this window and pick up our food here. You can't start to take Asea today, tomorrow you're healthy. You first got to get rid of all this rubbish. Okay. And that process is not always pleasant. Okay. So you can expect side effects for at least 6 months. So I always say to my patients, they say, how long is this going to take before I can take less, or how long is this going to take before I have less symptoms? How long have you been unwell? Really? Because the moment you're born, this starts to happen. So why was Dr. Nicholson nominated for a Nobel Prize? Because he found that by age 60, we've lost 40% of our mitochondria, naturally. Naturally. That's not if we go to the cafe every day and have a latte, or have 10 sandwiches every day, or have McDonald's 3 times a week, or drink these, or stress, or smoke, or drink. Okay, that's naturally. And what he was able to do was, by treating the mitochondria, he was able to reverse aging back to that of, reverse aging. He took 70 to 90-year-olds. His dad was 93. His dad was part of the research. And within 6 months, he reversed the aging back to that of a 30-year-old. And I see that kind of a result in my clinic as well. So it's very important to work on this structure. But Asea is a miracle. But Asea will also, it will make the cells work.